A French author, very poor. He lived almost his life in poverty, not having sufficient capacity to live. He is moving his life in very struggleful. And one day in 1765 is completely changing. You know, the day he was transforming his life, the one reason. His daughter is about to marry, but he is not having enough money to pay the wedding. So coming to this concern, he is well known for his encyclopedia in French, which is one of the most famous assets of the time. So Catherine the Great, Empress of Russia, understood this concern. She was a big fan of the author. So she purchased his personal library. It's about €1,000 cost, and currently it's about $150,000 now. So it's made a difference in his life, a big transformation. So he led and he clearly completed his daughter's wedding, paid it, and he bought a scattered robe, a single scattered robe for himself. So he hanged it in a room, and it made him to think that, like, my room is fully disgusted. He is describing that a robe is completely irrespective of unity. It making others think completely disgusted. And he's transforming a rug, window, and it's in one by one, parallel, alliance, everything. So a single thing, a single moment led him to transform many things. The author name is Denis Diderot from France, and the Diderot effect, one of the most famous and well-known effect in psychology. So how we can attract something, how we can implement something in our life. The famous, the well-known, the master of Ihsan, the great author of Ihya Ulumuddin, Imam Ghazali, describing in his mastery Ihya Ulumuddin that in the part of Bab fi Sharahi Ajaib al-Qalb, the way explanation of qalb's mysteriousness. So he is explaining that the qalb is like mirror. When something is passing by us, when something is going on in our life, when something we are learning, it is reflecting in our life. So movements towards something, to make something in our life, we have to implement very clearly. And it's also said that it is ilham. So guys, we have to know that how we can implement. Like somebody says, it have to implement the good. What is good in our life? The life which is pleased by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and which is clearly marked, the framework of life, how to live in such manner by Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. This is the good life. So, coming to the point, how Islamic Sharia affecting in our life. Jamaluddin Abu Amr, well known as Ibn Hajib, says that Islamic Sharia as a good in community. It is for good in community. How we can understand that? While understanding the extreme prohibition in Islam, it is to control the dopamines. to control the dopamines. So it is clearly stating that every Islamic rules which is internationally accepted, globally accepted, those is clearly states that it is for a perfect living and perfect structure of life. So guys, how we can develop to those and how we can stay away from distractions, illusion, intuition, how it is possible to be clear in our life, one thing, the purpose, the meaning in our life. If somebody is having, like we can see most of us today, most of us don't know why we are living, don't know what's meaning in our life. So it's clearly to know what's meaning. If somebody is having the meaning in his life, if somebody is having the meaning in his life, he is clear, he is okay. And if come to a Muslim life, as a Muslim I can say that a Muslim's life is completely meaningfulness. If he is considering the Sharia and what he is living, what all the rules and norms are. Like, we have to be clear and to be implemented every each and tiny sunnah in our life. We have to enchant dhikr in our life. You know that it is not to count, like daily we are counting some dhikrs and just counting, not just for counting. You know, there is a novel which is entitled White Nights of Dostoevsky. He is describing 138 times of his female lead, his beloved, in just 90 pages. So the analyzation says that the describing, if somebody's connection, somebody's conversation is having someone's name is repeating again and again, it means they are having some inner connection in them, in their heart, in their qalb. So the chanting, the salawat, the salvation, the peace is everything must come itself, not by force. So the meaningful life, the clear meaningful life is must considering as a Muslim very clear that he have to maintain everything, every tiny sunnah, every salvations, every enchantings, everything very perfectly. So this is, we can develop a meaningful life by a clear nafs. We have our control in our hands. We don't need idle scrollings. We don't need sleepless nights spending in screens. We have clear ethics. We have clear morality. This is stable, everything. Thank you for this time and space. Assalamu alaikum.